last class, we saw about manpower planning types, and then we saw about personal functions role, line management role,
Okay.
and then we saw about labor turnover.
Yeah, we were in our early stages of our labor turnover. We saw what is called labor turnover, why people are moving out of any firm. Consider you are working in a firm. Why you people will be having a like when you people will be having an idea to shift to the next firm or move to any other firm where you're comfortable with. Do you have any ideas? Consider you're working in a firm, you're working there for 2 or more years, you're not comfortable there, you want to skip to another firm. What are the reasons that will make you to shift? What mindset you'll be having? What may affect? What are the parameters? Do you have any ideas?
Salary, growth opportunities.
Yes, salary, growth opportunities. Very good answer. Yes. Anyone else?
Workload.
Working
Workload.
hours.
Yeah, workload. If you're loaded more, definitely you'll not be willing to stay there. Yes. Any other answer?
Organizational culture.
Organizational culture. That's a good answer. Yes.
Surrounding environment.
Yeah, if the environment is not comfortable for you, probably if you are in a team, if your team is always teasing you or they're not giving you priority, you'll not you'll not wish to stay there. Yes. Any other answers? There are so many n parameters. Like once if you started interacting only, you'll be able to know what are the different parameters. So as an individual working in a firm, they'll be having so many ideas. When it comes to interaction of 100 plus in your class, each and every individual will be coming out with different ideas. Any others? Any different parameters why you're forced to move on to the next firm, or you want
Working
to?
hours.
Yeah,
Working hours, ma'am.
yeah, working hours. Okay, you're given so much of hectic work hours, hectic workloads. You're not able to manage. You're not paid well. Yes. Any other thing? Work. Someone told work environment is not comfortable. Yes. You're not comfortable. You're not given priority. Yes. Next. Any other answers?
Food's availability there.
Food's availability.
Yes,
Probably.
ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Maybe a reason. If you are from other states or other nation, maybe that will be a reason for you. Any other thing?
Attitude of the boss.
I don't get you. Repeat it.
Attitude of the boss.
Okay. Okay. Any other answers?
And promotions.
Yes. Louder, please.
No promotions if they're not giving any promotion at required time.
Yeah, you're not getting promotions. You're working good, but your work is not appreciated. They are not considering you. Yeah, that's a good answer.
Or not good bonding within the team.
Yeah, that's a good answer. If you're not comfortable with your entire team, they're not letting you space. If you're not comfortable, then definitely you have to move somewhere else. Yes. Poor bonding. Very good. Any other answers? Just sit and think. I'm not going to give you marks for this, or I'm not going to scold you. Whatever idea you have, you can just share it. Imagine you're working in a firm, you want to skip to another firm. What's the reason, or what will be the parameters that is making you to move, or that is letting you to move to the other firm? What are the parameters? Organizational culture. If the environment is very poor, you're as an individual, you're suppressed. Your ideas are not appreciated. You're not given priority. Though you have equally qualified with among your team members, if your work is not appreciated, definitely you will not be willing to stay there as an individual. So definitely you will be trying to skip on to the another firm. And for your workload or for your heavy work or the hard work you possess there, if you are not awarded, you are not provided any promotions or intensives or any other health benefits, insurances, or your retirement schemes, if those are not provided at time, or if they're not planning to provide all those things, then definitely you'll have an idea of skipping to someone else. skipping to some other firms. Okay, let's see the labor turnover. So let me start share the screen. Okay. So we saw what is labor turnover, and labor turnover we are going to see the causes for the labor turnover. I think we stopped till here in the previous class. Causes. What may be the causes? So there are two types of causes. One may be avoidable causes and other may be unavoidable causes. Avoidable causes. This avoidable causes should be taken care by the organization. You should avoid so many parameters or there so many incidences taking place in a firm. Only then the employee will be retaining in, or sustaining in the same organization. If they're not able to avoid, there may be some personal reasons, some forced reasons, maybe due to your marriage, or maybe after your marriage you want to just move here and there. That's not specific only to women. That has been the trend has been changing. It's specific more to men nowadays. So based upon the culture, or if you're not comfortable, or if there is some other incidents or accidents happening to you, or someone in your family is affected, so definitely you want to move to the your family's place. So in that situation you will be forced to skip. That is that comes under unavoidable situations. And we are going to see the effects. Effects are going to be the adverse effects and positive effects. So what are going to be the negative effects for labor turnover? This comes as a point of the organization's view. And what are going to be the positive effects? What are the types of labor turnover strategies? And we are going to see the conclusion. So avoidable causes, the factors that are related to the organizational facilities and working conditions. Working conditions is, as you people gave me the answer, if you're comfortable with the timing, only then you will work. If you are put on more workload, you will not work. That's true. But we are just humans. We are not machines to always run behind the clock sticking onto the thing. No, like we need our own personal space. We need to take care of our health. Once we are comfortable with your health, if you are having a good health, only then you'll be able to work. So for the good health, what you need, definitely a good sleep time, definitely a personal time for yourself. This is all required. Only then mentally you will be like prepared to work there. The ones which the management could modify to retain the workforce are considered as preventable causes. So whenever the organization is identifying that when you as an individual working in an organization, like you, if you have so many disturbances or distractions that is not putting you into proper work, you have to just inform your seniors, or you have to take it to your organization's consideration. Like they have to start considering it. They have to analyze like these are the drawbacks in their own firm. Only then they'll be able to analyze or rectify. If they are going to prevent all those things, or if they are really working on to rectify all those issues considering the employees problems, then the people will definitely stay on the same firm. Else, if they are not considering, if they're not putting their ears to your problems, then you literally like you'll be angered and you'll be forced to skip. Like few of them will decide it is okay if I'm unemployed rather than working in this organization. So we people are put under such situations. So some of the significant issues are related to improper wages. That's true. We saw no, like we are working so much, we are getting only less recognition through our wages or through appreciation. Lack of healthcare facilities. Healthcare facilities here, the main thing is our working hours. If our working hours is huge, you will be getting only less hour to take a rest or sleep. And next is they have to provide you proper healthcare facilities in the organization. They should be minimum attend like people to attend for your emergency, or there should be some health backup or nearby primary health centers within your organization. So all those things should be the organization should provide all those things. If those are not there, they're not providing you some health insurances. So definitely, like why should like you'll be pushed in a position like why should you work continuously for years and years over the firm where they are not taking care of your health, or they're not providing you any healthcare insurances. So definitely you'll be like fed up with your organization. You'll always aim to skip outside. So in inappropriate fringe benefits, cold relations with the management. So whenever you get a problem within your management or your team, you will not be comfortable there. So what are the avoidable causes? Our avoidable causes are substandard working conditions, no job security. That's true. If your job is not permanent, like based upon the progress only, they'll making you permanent. Your progress is good, but they're not making you permanent. So you'll not have any job security. Anytime in an organization, if there's going to be any crisis, then definitely you will be the people like put out of the firm. So that we don't want. We always need a secure job. Dissatisfactory wages and allowances. So you're working huge, you're providing huge output, but you're getting only less pay. That will definitely demotivate any individual who is working very hard. Like if your pocket is full, so you will have mindset to work full. Like if they're paying you less, but your expenses, your needs has been like it has been increased years by years. Definitely it happens, no? Like when you people are joining in a firm as an individual or as a bachelor, you'll be having only very limited requirements. So probably you'll go hang out with your friends. Very few of you have to take care of your parents in that situations. When later, some 5 years later or 10 years later, what will happen? You will be having a family to take care of. That situation, you need like there are so many extra expenses which you cannot like you cannot avoid it. That situation, you like probably from 5 years or 10 years by the time you have joined your work, like your work progress will be more, so you might have contributed more to the firm. So you need some promotions to improvise yourself, and definitely in that situation you should be paid more, because only if you're paid more you will be able to take care of your personal life as well as your professional life. And no retirement benefits. So if you're working hard for more than 30 years or 35 years or 40 years, if you're not getting any retirement benefits, will you like to stay there? Like once you are done with your schedule or your age of work there, till probably some 55 or 60, you're not getting any retirement benefits. What is the purpose of working there? And as I told, when there is scarce of medical facilities, they are not providing you any medical facilities. Improper health and safety measurements. So that is also the work environment should be definitely safe. When you're working in an office or at any site, definitely you should be provided health and safety measurements. And poor transport facility. That's true. There may be some people working. There may be some northern states people working in the south where they'll not be provided any proper transport facility. So each and every day they have to travel so many kilometers to reach their work site. So all those things should be taken care. It's not only from northern to south. It's going to be the vice versa. Anywhere that's going to be the problem. Unhealthy relationship with the trade union, conflict with the supervisor or co-worker. That's true. If we are working in a team as a 5 or 10, if there is going to be any issues, if that issue is not rectified then and there, then when you all are working under the same team or the same design or same plan, so definitely you'll not be having a smooth relationship. So once the planning has been done by an individual and the next stage you have to do it, definitely you'll not be comfortable. Like he'll not be reporting you properly, but whereas the team leader will be questioning you, like where's your progress? That situation you'll not be more comfortable to work in that environment. Similarly, it's going to be the supervisor or the senior manager or anyone else who is going to be a higher authority. If there is a conflict between us, so probably they'll have some politics within the team or within the department or within the organization. Probably there will be some preferences to some persons and some non-preferences to some persons. So those are the avoidable causes. And unavoidable causes. Unavoidable causes are going to be, once again. Okay. Unavoidable causes are going to be marriage, death, retirement, accidents. As I told you, if you people have to face any accidents or you have met with an accident, so you have to recover from it, or the firm is not giving you sufficient time to recover. So, or any of your organs are damaged, or if you're not good. I don't want that to happen, but it's just for the content I'm telling that. And illness. If you're not well, you have to take care of your health. When the people in the firm are not giving you enough time for your health to recover, that time you will be forced to skip or you will be forced to come out of that firm. And family migration, as I told, it has now become common both for men and women. And secure job opportunities, domestic issues, and discharged on disciplinary reasons. So if you're not working properly to your firm, you're not going on behind your ethical behavior, there may be some malpractice, or you're not beyond the regulations or instructions which is given being by your organization. If you're not following it, then definitely you will be charged for that. You have to either move out, or that's are going to be the unavoidable causes. Work environment dissatisfaction. As a friend of you has told, that dissatisfaction, if they are not satisfied with the work, So then that is going to be an unavoidable thing. So definitely, what is going to happen? Like if you're working the entire day, probably from 8 to 6 or 8 to 8, whatever may be the timings. So once you're working, you have been given an individual target to work on. You're working on it. Finally, at the end of the day, you should close your file or close your laptop or close some other thing or your plan or thing. So you should close it with the satisfaction that you have completed the performance of your day in a very good manner. So, or if someone is always disturbing you, or you're not able to work there may be some reasons. Maybe if there is going to be improper organizational culture, or if there's going to be some other people who are teasing you always, they're not letting you work. Someone is always pressurizing you. In that situation, you'll not be able to work properly. So you'll be closing your file with a dissatisfaction, telling that, oh my God, this day has gone as a waste. I'm not able to perform myself as a I'm not able to complete this task, or something is hindering that's not making me to complete my task. So the workers are sometimes compelled to depart from the organization for the inevitable reasons. Neither the organizations nor the employee can take any step to avoid such circumstances. So if it is going to be any marriage, death, retirement, so if it is going to be some age of retirement, so that maybe they may consider, like they may provide you some retirement benefits and they may consider you. But if that's going to be the right age for you to retire and go in that situation, it is going to be an unavoidable situation. Neither yourself nor the organization can help you out in that situation. And some of these causes include the death, severe accidents, marriages, or retirement of the person. So this is going to be the some of the causes which cannot be skipped. So if you are met with a severe accident, probably what the organization can do, they can give you some compensation, they can provide you some amount to take care of your health. But if you are not required from it, if you don't have your hand or a leg to work on, so what will happen? So definitely they cannot come and help you always. So if it is going to be a marriage, if you are going to marry, and probably you may have a mindset that you're not going to work there anymore. Maybe you need to skip to somewhere else, or you're going to drop your job and you're going to become a probably a housewife of a houseman. So whatever, whichever you prefer to, or the retirement. So these are the different unavoidable causes we have seen. And labor turnover effects. So what are going to be the positive effects and adverse effects? The positive effects are nothing but improves organizational culture, more talented persons that can be identified, and less expensive resources, infusion of different ideas. We have people from different organizations, they are from different backgrounds, so they'll be having different knowledges or different work experience. When all are put together, like that will go well. Better skills and qualification. What are the adverse effects we are going to see? Hampers productivity. Hampers productivity is nothing but their productivity is going to be hindered, or that's going to stop somewhere. Decreases morale, hikes the protection cost. So when you're frequently going on for your recruitment process, definitely your entire expenses will be put on more. You need a committee to monitor. Again, you need to people like you need your HR team to work. They need to sit and analyze which are their candidates eligible. So they need some recruitment process. That recruitment process frequent. What happens if an organization is frequently considering frequently carrying over a recruitment process every 6 and 7 months? What happens? So definitely frequent recruitment panel. If you're putting some panel, so definitely they'll work on it. You have to put so much of amount over there to make the persons work for that cost. Training expenses. So it's not only like frequently or recruiting. Once you have recruited today in probably this is the month of February, first week of February, we have some 20 new civil engineers into our team. That time definitely we need our own organization to train them to stick on to our regulations and frameworks methodologies. In that situation, we need a training committee there. We need to hire persons there to train them. Similarly, so they should be paid for the particular duration, probably 6 months or a year, they'll be put under training. So that is going to be again the cost for the cost is going to be increased for that firm. And replacement cost. So let's see, when a worker departs from the organization, it impacts a part or sometimes overall working of the entity. That's true. Like if people are working on a project since 6 months, they are about to finish in a 2 or 3 months. Meanwhile, what happens if a person or if a two or three from the team, probably they might be college friends, or probably they may be the friends who have started working there. So what happens if they 2 or 3 are skipping out or they are going out to some other job? That time the 2 or 3's job is going to be held there, and you are in a position to complete the task within next 2 months. So what you will do? So definitely you have to go for a quick recruitment. You have to carry on all those process in a very fast manner, and you need someone to replace there. So that is going to affect your project as well. This impact could be both constructive and destructive for the organization at the same time. The effect is even more if the workers leave in groups. So if it is going to be an individual also, the organization will not face a huge problem. It is going to be the team who are leaving out. So definitely there's going to be a loss, or definitely the organization is going to lose its productivity. So let's see the adverse effects in detail. Hampers productivity. When a worker quits their job, the production is temporarily ceased or slowed down. That's true. When, as I told, when 2 or 3 people are working there, the team to complete the plan or the project, that time they are like quitting it. What happens? They so the organization has hardly having only 2 months in their hand to finish their target. Meanwhile, you need the same, like you need to hire a new engineer or a new planner or new designer, whatever may be the designation. So you need to have a quick recruitment. You have to instruct them quickly, like what has been happened. So definitely, as an individual, they need time to analyze like what has happened since this 6 months and what we have to do for the next 2 months. So probably this will be time consuming, and that's going to literally slow down your project. You will not be able to hand over the project within the next 2 months. So that's going to really affect your productivity. Decreases morale. The co-workers feel demotivated when they notice that the existing employee is moving out of a better opportunity. That's true. Imagine if some 5 or 10 of you are working in the same organization. Like you people have been recruited there, you are working as a friends. So if you are getting a better opportunity, or there may be some personal reasons, what happen if the co-workers are skipping there? So what you will think, oh my God, my friend, like I'm working here for a 35,000 or 40,000, but my friend he has been providing them 55,000 or 65,000. Like he's getting more than 20,000 extra than me, but I'm also performing the same thing. Then you'll be getting demotivated and you'll have the idea to skip. So why should I not try for the any other existing opportunities? So it's a human nature to just think like this, and hikes the production cost. The training or learning phase of the new worker increases the expenses due to slower productivity and high wastages. That's true, because now, as I told, we are going to conduct a new recruitment. So we are going to consider the same example where we have only 2 months in our hand to complete it. Like we can literally say our productivity is going to slow down because we will not be able to hand over the project in the next 2 months. And high wastage is nothing but you're going to form a recruitment committee. You need persons there to recruit our designated peoples, and probably you need a training committee. So that's going to be wastage. So that's the money wastage for the recruitment team as well as the training team. So it's a wastage of money as well as the productivity is going to slow down. Training expense. The wages paid to the trainee or new hire as well as the mentor for the unproductive training period is a considerable cost for the organization. That's true. That is not going to be, if it is going to be a training session, how it will be conducted? When a people of 30-40 are recruited, you will be having a committee over there. The expenses of the 40 will be, the training expenses of the 40 will be bared by only by the training committee. So they'll be paid for training all the 30 or 40. What happens when it comes to the case of they need to train only individual or two? That situation, the training cost goes waste, right? Where the same cost you can go higher and we can train for some 30 or 40 people. So the training cost goes waste. It's an extra expense. And replacement cost. To fill the position of the existing worker, the recruitment of a new staff involves advertisements. That's true. You have to advertise, not only in your website. Like people will not always be checking in your website also. So you need to give it to the social media, as well as you need to give any newspaper advertisements. Also, you have your hiring process and training process. That's hiring something with the recruitment expenses and the training expenses. So this is the extra or the replacement cost that an organization should bear with. And now we are going to see the positive effects. Improves the organizational culture. Labor turnover means the entry of new people with different values, mindsets, and beliefs to enrich the organization's culture. That's true. As I told, we have people from different culture, different mindsets, different educational backgrounds where they'll be open to share their knowledge and ideas. More talented personnel. New hires can be more efficient. That's true. Like you had already people working there from since 10 years, and now that particular person, he or she has skipped to some other job. So you are going to recruit and you're going to put a new person there. Meanwhile, you may have a fresher. You can take a fresher over there, or you can take a well experienced person over there, like who will perform better than the person who left your firm. So new hires can be more efficient, knowledgeable, sharp, and active than the existing workforce. That may be true. Then less expensive resources. With constant hikes and promotions, the existing workers cost more in comparison to the inexpensive trainings who can replace them. So rather than like if the persons who have left, if they have already reported that they want some promotions or hikes, or they should be considered, their health insurances should be considered. If the organization has took those considerations and it has worked on it, definitely like they can provide them promotions and hikes, and that will not cost more than the new recruitment, or that's going to be like if you need a new recruitment and training sessions to take care, like to work on, like you can reduce the expenses and you can provide all those hikes and promotions to the existing workers who are in that particular need. Infusion of fresh ideas. The new resources bring in with them innovative thoughts and ways of doing things, which is quite beneficial for organizations. So when you are going for a new recruitment, or what happens, you get fresh ideas and so persons with updated skills will be there. So each and everything is varying. So you have a person some 10 years back who has been qualified, and you have a person right now who's coming out of, like, one, he's finished his college and he's coming out. So definitely the person who is coming out, probably he'll be having like good updated knowledge. So both are going to have good knowledge. The person who has like completed now will be having updated knowledge regarding the current technology, provided the previous one will be having only work experience. So it can be considered and the priority can be given. Better skills and qualification. With evolving courses and skills training, the organization can get fresh graduates possessing better competence. And now we are done with the effects. So we are done with the causes. Our causes are nothing but our avoidable and unavoidable causes, which you people has we started interacting in the initial stages of this class. And then we had our effects. What's going to be the major positive and negative effects of our labor turnover? And now we are going to see the types of labor turnover. So we have 4 different types. One is going to be the voluntary, next is going to be the involuntary, functional, and dysfunctional types of labor turnover. The labor turnover can be distinguished based on the employee's spontaneity, and it can affect that the organization. Let's see what are the different types. Voluntary. When a worker willingly exists in the group, like when he's like leaving the group, what happens? Leaving the organization, what happens? The person resigns from the job position due to any of the reasons. As we saw, some personal reason, that may be a personal reason, or he is not satisfied, the work environment is not comfortable, he's put on so much of workload, work pressure, or he's not like recognized properly. So that may be the individual's decision that comes under voluntary decisions or voluntary labor turnover. Involuntary, in case your organization is running out of any problem, or if you're not obeying the rules, or you're not like able to complete the task, you're failing to do that particular duties given by the management. In that situation, you're forced to go out. In the case of involuntary labor turnover, the worker is abolished from the duties by the management. It can be due to any of the reasons, like failing to comply with the norms, that you're not following the rules and regulations or the methodologies given by the organization, or if there is, like, you have done any malpractice, or you're not loyal to the organization, then definitely you will be forced to push out. Functional. By saying functional, we can mean to improve the organization's efficiency. The underperforming workers, that's true. The persons who are lagging, they are not working. They'll be given time, they'll be given memos, warnings. If they are not trying to improvise themselves, or if they're not performing, still they are not performing better, that situations, they'll be dismissed and new people will be recruited in that position. Because it is waste, you have to consider an organization's view that it's waste paying them, even though that may be some 5,000 or 10,000 for that particular individual, that may be different category or different level of employee. If he is not performing his duty, then why should they just simply pay him the amount? So definitely they'll dismiss him, they'll terminate from the office. And dysfunctional. The dysfunctional labor turnover takes place when highly efficient and skilled personnel leaves the job. So when he leaves, that's going to be dysfunctional. As I told you, you have only 2 or 3 months to hand over your project. That time, what happens? A team or as an individual, a person who plays a major role in that project leaves. What happens? That's finally going to hinder or obstruct your overall functioning of the organization. So you have to hand over the key. Meanwhile, your major execution committee has left the he has left the firm. What will happen? So definitely you need to quickly go on and go for the recruitment person, and you should quickly and fastly react to the existing employees. You have to educate like what has happened and what are the tasks he should complete. And within 2 months, he'll not be definitely able to work and complete the task. So that's going to be a major dysfunction here. That's going to affect the productivity, the recognition. So as a customer, what your customer will expect that customers will be always cared upon the time and the quality. So I'm going and buying something outside. So I am going to buy any product for myself. I'll go definitely check the quality. Or if you're buying something in the online, so definitely you will be for the amount you're paying. That may be either a watch or a mobile or anything, any electronic items or any whatever may be the product. So definitely you will be for say example you're buying a wallet for 500 rupees. So definitely you will be thinking that should be delivered within the time you need and that should be of good quality. Those things are expected as a customer. You expect all those things. When it comes to a quantum of 500 rupees, you take so much care of reading the reviews and which is good, which is bad. You like literally go and conduct a mini analysis there, and you will be telling if your friend is suggesting some other thing also, you will tell no, this has a good review, so let me go on for this. So you'll be having like this, like you will be conducting an analysis. So if it is going to be the customers or mainly the construction contractors or construction customers or the persons who are going to buy the house from you, so what definitely they'll think? They'll need timely response. If you are not handing over the key within the time, definitely they'll be put under acute stress. That they may think that I am not buying the building I am not going to buy the house with a good, the proper organization. Like definitely your recognition of the organization will be put down. Definitely, like they'll not refer to their friends or the families. They'll definitely say no, don't go and buy blindly the house with them. They'll not they'll not stick on to their time. They'll be handing over the house to you lately only. They'll not be providing any good quality. So these are the things that's going to put down your overall function of the organization. And next is the strategies to reduce the labor turnover. So you people all told me that we have so many parameters, so many factors that will not put you like that will always insist you to skip to the next job. So again, I wanted you to tell me that why like you are working the same firm, though you are having some discomforts, you wish to stay there. So what may be that situations? Like any few of you can just tell you're comfortable with that organization, though you're getting a good offer, you don't want to skip. What may be the reason? Yes. Anyone? Anyone?
Good management team, good surrounding environments.
Good, good management team, good surrounding environments. You have your supportive co-workers. Your supervisor or manager is supporting you well. Any other answers quickly? Yes.
Family is staying there. Yeah.
I don't get you.
If the family is staying near the
If the family is staying near, is that your answer?
yes.
Okay. maybe yeah, if your family is staying near you, that will be more comfortable. Okay, which means they are giving some extra benefits for you, for your family to stay near your workplace. That will be good. So you will never have an idea to skip to any other firm in that situation. Yes, if you're paid more, if you're given priority, if your decision makings are considered, so all those things. So if your workloads or your stress has been those issues, when an organization sits and works on all your issues, when they're providing you enough space. So when they are considering your decisions, when they're giving priority among the team, when they are giving priority to oneself, definitely that person will always feel to stay within. And if they're taking care of your health, so if everything is going on smooth, they are providing you health insurance, they are providing you retirement benefits, so you have everything comfortable over there, then definitely you not have an idea to skip out. So all those things should be considered from the organization, like organization to should take necessary or the preventive measures to make one individual stay there for the particular tenure. So strategies to reduce labor turnover. Work on companies' interpersonal relationships, revise wages and allowance policy. It will be always good if any organization works on frequently, once in 5 years or once in 3 years, they pursue some promotions and like increases your salary. Definitely you will be feeling, though if your pocket is feeling happy, definitely you will be feeling happy to work there. Improve personal or HR policy. Focus on non-monetary benefits, carry out exit interviews. Exit interviews is nothing but when some persons are leaving out of the organization, they those persons should be taken up an interview. A committee should be formed to conduct an interview for the existing person. I mean, like person who are exiting. So they should be considering a team and analyze what are the parameters and why are the existing employees skipping out. So they should analyze and like based upon the analysis, the final parameters or the factors should be identified and that factor should be rectified. Only then people will if a team of 10 are working, two of them has left. So if you conduct an interview with them, if you interact with them and analyze like why they are skipping, and those parameters can be considered, and the fact the like you can start taking preventive measures to make the other eight stay in the same firm. So that type of preventive actions can be taken. Enhance working conditions, adopt appropriate labor welfare measures. So if they're following proper labor welfare measures, definitely you will wish to stay there. Develop a performance-based reward system. That's true. If your performance is good, they should give you good salary and appreciate employee suggestions. So as I told, when your ideas, when your decisions are given priority, when they are considering your work or considering the ideas which you are giving, so that will give you more space to work and you'll be more interested to work. Strengthen grievance redressal procedure. Fair and impartial treatment that should not be there. All should be treated in the normal way. Create opportunities for promotion. If you're working better, if you're getting frequent promotions, again, like seeing you, the other co-workers will say, like if you're working properly, definitely you will be getting promotions. Like say, example, any one of you, like whoever is performing well, definitely they'll think, okay, if I also perform well, I also will be getting a proper promotion. They'll be like motivated, seeing the existing co-workers. Okay, let us stop with this. We'll be continuing all those things in our next class. So let me stop. Do you have any doubts till this? Yes. Yes, job securities. I'm sorry, Aravindan, just now I saw your message. Okay. Yes. Do you have any doubts till this in today's class? No, ma'am, we'll not have any doubt, ma'am. Yes. Is it so? Reply. I want you to reply. Have you understood till this? Do you have any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Okay. If you have any doubts, you can ask here. If you don't, if you're not comfortable asking here, you can just drop your queries or any doubts in your Google Classroom. So I'll be frequently checking and replying there. Okay, thank you, students. Thank you for running the session.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.